Hey, thanks for checking out our show. If you like what you hear, we have tons of additional content at patreon.com/themedialunchbreak.
Is your AC off?
My AC, I just turned it off.
That's great news, because for anyone listening last week, the second half of the show was a little noisy because Chris turned his AC on in the middle of our break and then forgot to turn it off when we started the second half of the show. And I wanted to make sure that this week's was going to be completely crisp and clear, even though we are recording this
on the 4th of July, and there are fireworks going off right now.
It's so loud over here.
I almost gave you an option. I was going to be like, listen, you got two options. You can have fireworks or you can have my air conditioner. Which one do you want?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, your air conditioner is easier to cut out. But you know what? It's just going to be a little atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little patriotic atmosphere for the listeners.
Absolutely.
If you hear something that sounds like a gunshot, a series of fully automatic rifles.
It's because I'm robbing a bank right now.
Well, if it's coming from my side, it's fireworks. And if it's coming from Chris's side, it's because he lives in New York City.
Yeah.
Bra, 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 bra. This is insane. I don't know if anyone can. I'm sure they can. I'm sure you can hear this if you're listening, but it is.
I can't hear it.
Sure.
But I don't know what your mic is picking up.
Yeah. My mic is going to pick up a ton of this. They're condenser mics. They pick up everything.
Yeah.
I was going to make like a boomer joke about, it's like a wife hears everything, picks up everything.
It's almost there.
Yeah, there's something.
There's something there.
How are you?
I'm good. What do you do? We've never really hung out on the 4th of July. What do you do on the 4th of July? What do you do?
You know what I do? I record a podcast.
Yeah. It's the most American thing you can do now.
It kind of is. Yeah. It's the most certainly midlife crisis, dad, white shit ass thing you can do.
That's right. The media lunch break, having a midlife crisis for over a decade.
Yeah. An hour every week.
An hour. Just a slow drip of midlife crisis.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. We do sparklers.
Oh, that's fun.
I have not been, this is going to come as a surprise to you and everyone listening, but I have not been extremely patriotic the past few years.
What?
I know.
What?
I'm wearing my This Machine Kills Fascists tank top right now, which is the most patriotic shirt I own.
And I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt.
The most patriotic shirt you own. It is red and white. If you had a little bit of blue in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can't see what my nipples look like. So
that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I ate some hot dogs.
Yeah, but you do that no matter what the holiday.
Only on days ending in Y.
Yep.
And starting with M, T, W, F, or S. I don't know. Do you do something? Do you do anything?
No, I mean, we've done stuff in the past. This week. Yeah, because we like to string it out for a whole week. Okay, that's how patriotic we are.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Wow. This
year, we didn't do really anything. We went swimming in a pool, and then we watched An American Tail.
Wow.
That's what we watched. The Five-O movie.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah, the original one.
Somewhere out there.
Which is what I sing every night when I think of you.
I bet.
Yeah.
I hope, speaking of, I was about to say, I hope we don't get not demonetized, but like a licensing hit or whatever for me singing that song. And then I was like, my neighbors are blasting music.
Yeah. If anything. Yeah.
I just have to be louder than the music.
Good luck on that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So An American Tail. I mean, that is, the word America's in the title.
It is in the title. We didn't do it because of the 4th of July. We were just looking for a movie, and Sarah's like, you know what? I'm choosing the movie today.
Yeah, let's choose the one about refugees. Russian refugees.
Yeah. I remember watching that movie as a kid, and I was like, it's about a mouse and he loses his family and everything. And now I watch it as an adult, and I'm like, wow, this is real. There's classics.
This is 2016, baby.
Yeah, man. It's nuts.
As Childish Gambino once said, this is America.
Was that Childish Gambino who said that?
Yes.
Who said this is America?
This is America.
Wow.
Isn't that him?
It could be.
You don't know the song?
No.
It's like one of the most famous songs in recent history. You should watch the music video for that. It's very, very impactful.
Is that the one where he dances?
Yes.
Okay.
It's called This Is America.
Oh, It's called This Is America, and in it he says, "This is America."
Yeah, he says, "This is America" a bunch. What is wrong? What is going on? Is this a bit? What's happening?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get a bit.
I really liked Fievel Goes West as a kid.
I have not seen that one in a while. Maybe that'll be the next one.
I'm sure it's dog shit, but
I'm
I
sure.
loved it
Yeah.
as like a 10 or less, probably like an 8-year-old.
I was waiting for you to be like, as like a 26-year-old.
I just watched it last night.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Nice. You're like, it's my new Citizen Kane.
I've never seen Citizen Kane, but I have seen Fievel Goes West.
Well, then, you know what? Your cinema education is over. You don't need anything else.
Yeah, it's Criterion. They should make a Fievel Goes East where he comes to New York and gets mugged.
I thought you were going to like go where Fievel goes to Asia or something.
Oh, no,
Like,
the East Coast.
Fievel goes to Bangkok.
Can you imagine how many Bangkok word jokes they would make if they did that?
I know how many you would make.
How many?
Hold on, let me count
You
them.
just said you knew.
Carry the one. 67.
Did you say 6'7"?
I did say 6'7".
6'7".
We're still relevant.
Fievel Goes North, Canadian, eh?
Oh, get some maple syrup.
And free healthcare. Anyway, happy 4th of July.
Welcome to the Media Lunch Break, bringing you all of your comic, geek, and movie news all in the time it takes to eat a good sandwich and set off a couple of cherry bombs. My name is Chris Triebel. Alongside me, as always, is my co-host, Andrew Dunn. Say hello, Andrew.
Nothing more American than dropping bombs.
This is going to be throughout the episode, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it is.
If you still celebrate this country, first of all, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. But also consider anything else.
Celebrating other countries.
Literally any other country.
Choose a country.
Consider it.
Think about it. Can you hear that one?
No.
No?
I can barely hear you over everything going on outside my window.
That's true. You got your own problems going on right now.
Holy shit. I hope this stops soon.
Nah, I hope it goes through the whole time.
I also, when we were connecting, when we were starting to record, there was a plane, there was a car driving or like a motorcycle or something. The fireworks were happening. Children were screaming and there was a siren. And I was like, well, this is just going to be whatever it's going to be.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. It's the trifecta.
Yeah, I got bingo.
And plus more.
I got 5 in a row.
You got 5 in a row?
Hey,
do you
I
wanna
sent you a
start the
question.
Show?
No,
What?
not yet.
Okay.
I texted you a question and you never answered me.
Oh, about Comic-Con.
Yeah, because we're going to Comic-Con.
We're going to
We're going to New York
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, everybody. At least I am.
You texted me about... I mean, do you want to do this now? Do you want to do this now? Is this when you want to do this?
I want to tell the people when we're going to be there.
Hold on. I gotta remember.
Here's the thing. I got us tickets for Thursday, Friday, Sunday. Saturday was sold out.
Oh, okay. Well, that answers that question.
All right. Also, Rowan is going to be there.
Oh.
He wants to go in costume.
Yeah, he does.
And
Yeah, he does.
I think he and I are going as Spider-Man and Kraven.
That's great.
It's either that or Spider-Man and J. Jonah Jameson. He flips back and forth.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think both.
You think I should be
Craven vest?
J. Craven Jameson? Cravenson? J. Jonah Cravenson?
Cravenson. J.
Jonah Cravenson.
There it is. We found it. There it is. So lion vest from head up. J. Jonah Jameson.
Just in a lion vest and like a
Lion
cheetah
vest.
unitard.
Yes. Absolutely. You should do this.
So basically just wear what I would have worn anyway.
Yeah.
Mustache, cigar, lion head vest, and cheetah pants.
And both of them smoke cigars, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I'm glad we got that out of the way. You want to get out of here?
Yeah, we did what we came here to do. Nothing to talk about.
Nothing to talk about at all.
Nothing left to talk about. We talked about everything.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Is there one more thing to talk about?
Oh, there might be one or two more things to talk about.
Okay. What's one more thing we could talk about, Andrew?
Well, Chris.
Yes?
Supergirl has officially hit theaters, and let me tell you, it's great to finally see a spindly, pale, depressed alcoholic throwing up the previous night's booze somewhere other than in my bathroom mirror. Everyone's concerned about Kara, except her dog, who seemingly wants to watch her die of liver failure. And like I've always said, never trust a dog you can kick over a fence. But when a young girl's family is brutally murdered by a ruthless bandit, she does what any of us would do. She tries to pawn her dad's sword off to a drunk. This drunk just happens to be one of the strongest beings in the entire universe, and let me tell you, the most disappointing part of this movie is that she doesn't bring a whole new meaning to the term projectile vomit. What did you think of Supergirl, Chris?
Oh, you know what? Whoa, 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 there's some fireworks going off like inches from my window right there. That was crazy. All right.
Wow.
You know, I think I would have liked this movie if she smiled more. No, that's not true.
Jesus
That's not true.
Christ,
That's not
Chris.
true. That's not true.
Oh my God.
I just like it because it gets a reaction out of you.
Yeah, it sure does. It's going to get a reaction out of the internet.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
This is not what I wanted us to go viral for.
No, you know, this movie is getting a bad rap. It's fine. It's fine. I think it's kind of down the middle for me. The problem is, this shouldn't be a movie that is just down the middle for me. Where are my notes? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's really like, it's the first thing in my notes. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. I didn't hate this, but I also didn't love this. And I wanted to love this. Like I really, really did. You and I both read the source material for this Woman of Tomorrow. And both of us, if I remember correctly, both of us really liked it. I wanted to like this more than I did. It is completely serviceable, but the problem is that's the most that it is. You know, will you have a good time with this? Yeah, sure. But like, was I ever moved by this? Was I ever like wowed by this? No, I pretty much went through the motions with it, and it pretty much goes through the motions itself. It does what it needs to do. We'll get into, you know, details about the cast and everything like that. But that was kind of my takeaway. What did you feel about this?
Yeah, no, I largely agree. I think I would have personally liked it a lot better if they had cast a prettier actress. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Sure.
I agree with you. That was a joke, everybody. No, I agree with you. Here's a hot take.
Okay.
I like this better than Superman.
Oh, that is a hot take.
It is.
Okay.
Well, and so you had said like you vaguely remember we both really liked the comic, The Woman of Tomorrow. I did mostly like it. This was the comic that I was starting to go on my like getting kind of sick of Tom King, even though he's really good.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a book that I reread it also for this, and it's still good. But it is like very much in his voice. It's a little wordy. It has a lot of tropes that he likes to use. And it's, you know, when you know Tom King's work, it is largely predictable. So it could have used with a little bit of polish, a little bit of upgrade. Here's the other thing. It's very wordy. Like for a movie, you'd have to adapt it a little bit. In the same way that I think we kind of said this with Superman, where we knew they were basing it loosely on All-Star Superman. Realistically, they didn't seem to base it very much on that at all, other than vibes.
Right.
But All-Star Superman is mostly a collection of short stories.
Right.
With one sort of overarching thing.
Yeah.
But it would need a lot of help to turn into a movie. This shouldn't need that much help. It is a very cinematic story. I think the things they changed about it largely do damage to it instead of helping it.
Yes.
And we can get into those specifics. I have those in my notes, but all nuance has been removed from this story.
Yes.
And I won't go into a whole lot of detail yet. We can go into a little bit of that even before spoilers, but there's just no nuance left. And there's a lot of nuance in the comic that I really appreciate. Stuff that I like about it. I think it has really cool action scenes. The graphics and special effects are really good. I think Millie Alcock finds her stride once you get past the character differences from the comic to the movie.
Yeah.
I think she fits very well as this character in this story. I think I hate to say it, but and it's always hard to tell. It's hard for me to tell if it's the actor or the director. But if you want to make this a better story, she needs to be different. And I don't know if that's you need to cast someone else or if she needs to kind of do a completely different take on this character. This version of the character is largely just sort of regular run-of-the-mill girl, a young adult who's trying to have her birthday, and she's sort of stumbling around, trying to do who knows what, trying to help somebody, but also like kind of trying to get the person off her back. The comic, for anyone who has not read it, is largely a woman who is weathered. And she's sick and fucking tired of being compared to her cousin and being asked to help people. And she goes on a journey that has a lot of twists and turns.
Right.
And the result of it, I won't spoil it, but the result is a huge twist that makes you think, as soon as you think you understand who Supergirl is, she says, no, you don't, at the end of the comic. And we don't really get that version of Supergirl here. She's just kind of Superman, in my opinion. She's Superman, but as a young woman. She wants to do the right thing. She wants to do good. She wants to help people.
Yeah.
But she's also trying to take care of herself.
Yeah.
And sometimes that means having a big party, getting a little drunk. But otherwise, she's just kind of Superman.
Right.
Do you want to... I want to get into the cast because I think the cast is pretty good. This is still in likes, and then I'll get into things I dislike about it.
Yeah, let's do the cast.
But if before we get into the cast, are there any like pros you want to mention, things you liked about the movie?
No, I agree with you. I think the action sequences are pretty good. Like, you know, you can always tell an action sequence is good when you can go, oh, it's the part where XYZ happens. And there's like, I would say maybe 4 or 5 major action beats in this, and they're very definitive. There's never, you know, it's not like I'm like, which one happened where the thing happened? You know, they're all kind of different.
Yeah.
I do like her a lot as we get into the cast. I think she's great for as totally just fine as I find this movie to be. This is not me going like, oh, they casted wrong and we should get a new Supergirl. I am looking forward to seeing her in the DCU. I'm looking forward to seeing her in more. Like, I think she's really well cast.
Same.
I do think that they got, how should I put this? I think they got the character right. I think the character is the same as the book, but the motivations for why she is the way that she is different from the book, if that makes sense. And I think that's where the problem lies for me. And this is not one of those things where I'm like, oh, I wish they just straightforward did the book. But I think there's, like you said, there's a nuance and there's a depth to the book that is missing here.
Yeah.
And I think that becomes the problem. And we'll get into that when we start to get, I don't even know if we can consider it a spoiler, but as we start to get into this, I'll get into it more. But yeah, the cast, to round it out, Millie Alcock is really great.
Eve Ridley plays Ruthie.
Yeah.
She's good.
She's good.
Does what she needs to do.
Yep.
I cannot pronounce this man's name to save my life, but Matthias Schoenarts plays Krem.
Okay.
He's fine. I think the direction for Krem and the writing is not good.
Yes, I don't think it's him. I think he's doing a yeoman's job with whatever material he's been given.
Yeah. I actually think he's a great choice for Krem from the comics.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I agree.
And of course, last but not least, because I don't think there's anyone else of note other than a cameo that's kind of a spoiler that we'll talk about in spoilers. But other than that,
right.
Jason Momoa as Lobo.
Yes.
What do you think about his accent?
It's fine. I think this, you know what? Here's my hot take. I wasn't like wild about Lobo.
No, yeah, I think he does all right. I think there's a little concern of like, well, it's Jason Momoa, so we do kind of have to give him a heart. Lobo, as far as I know from DC, doesn't really have a heart, right? He's not like a...
It goes in and out. It depends on who's writing him. He never gets very sentimental, but like it goes back and forth on like how...
Isn't he mostly a villain?
He's like an anti-hero.
Okay.
So like...
I've only ever seen him like fight Superman.
Right, because he likes to fight people.
Sure.
Like that's just
I think there was like a bounty or
it's a
something.
test of strength sometimes. Sometimes he's just like, I want to prove myself, that type of thing.
He's just a wild card.
Yeah, there was a little while where he was like a member of the Justice League for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a great run. But he's always been, like I said, like an anti-hero. So I think the problem with this is, again, the same reason we had for the guy with Krem. It's the writing and the direction. Lobo is a wild card.
Yeah.
Like it should be batshit insane. Like you don't know what he's going to do. He is an agent of chaos.
Yeah. I'm reminded of our review of the Mission Impossible the Dead Reckoning or Final Reckoning,
right,
but also of my reviews of all the Mission Impossible movies. And what I kept finding watching them is that the interesting thing about those movies is that they get worse, and not quality wise,
right,
but in the story of one movie,
right,
it starts off normal and then a small bad thing happens. And then while they're trying to fix that small bad thing, an even worse thing happens. And then it gets even more difficult. And then something else shows up. And then while they're trying to fix this, there's a nuclear warhead approaching.
Right.
And then they're also trying to keep people from shooting at them while they're trying to get rid of the nuke. And like, it just gets like whatever, like, what's the, Murphy's Law,
right,
is in full effect in those movies.
Right.
And Lobo could have been a really like, fuck, how are we going to get out of this one? And then Lobo shows up and you're like, God damn it, you know?
Yeah, it's
and
the
it really
worst.
could have been a, whoa, how in the world? But instead he's just kind of there.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of there.
He's fun.
But like, again, I think the casting of Jason Momoa is still spot on.
Perfect choice.
Still a perfect choice. I think, honestly, like, in the hands of like someone like a James Gunn, like if he was directed, and I'm not going to get too far into like, well, James Gunn a director, because we don't need to do that. But like in the hands of a James Gunn, that guy could be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Yeah, you're right. Like in every action sequence, he should have his own ulterior motive on what he's doing there.
Yeah.
And he's not trying to help anyone except himself. And by helping himself, he is making things harder for everyone else.
I agree.
And that doesn't really ever happen.
Yeah.
Like he's always working, even though he's out for himself, he is working in tandem with what Supergirl is doing.
Well, and he also, like, again, not to make any spoilers here, but he ends up sort of helping them.
He actively helps.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not really Lobo's, unless there's a price involved, that's not really what Lobo does.
Well, and also why then?
Right.
Why is he in this? Like, you need for a story good obstacles. You need objectives, goals, and obstacles. And he makes he lowers the stakes.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah.
Which he should be
100%.
adding to it. It should be like, it's, Jim Gaffigan has a bit about, when someone asks, he's like, he just had his 5th kid or whatever. And he's like, when people ask me what it's like to have 5 kids, I say, imagine you're drowning and then somebody hands you a baby.
Right. Right.
And that's what it should feel like. It should feel like you're drowning and someone pulls the pin on a grenade and hands it to you.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly right. Yeah.
I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the dislikes I have.
Go for it.
For this film. We've talked about what's good, what I think doesn't work. Like we said, a lack of nuance, and I'll get into specifics of that in the spoilers, but there are little things like, I don't think this is a spoiler. It's a very, very minor spoiler. It's something you find out in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Right.
But for example, if you don't want to hear it, skip ahead like 1 minute. But for example, Ruthie's whole family is killed by Krem, and in the book it's just her dad, and her mom's actually still alive, and she's like talking to her mom before she goes on a trip. Right. Yeah. And I don't even think the sword is made by her dad in the comic. It's just like a nice sword. And so to me, I'm like, that can just be enough. Like there can be nuance to this. Also, so early on in this movie as well, again, skip ahead a minute if you don't want to know anything, but very early on in this, Ruthie goes into a bar and is like, hey, I'll give this beautiful, incredible sword to anyone who helps me avenge my family's death.
Right.
And this guy just is like, well, no, I'm just going to take this sword. And he gets up and he gets on his fucking horse and he pushes her out of the way.
Right.
And that creates an incredible, not an obstacle, no, a conflict.
Right.
Right. There's a big conflict that's happening right here because this person is clearly being an asshole. Whereas in the comic, a dude is like, okay, yeah. Like he's like, I'll do that. I'll totally help you.
Right.
But you can't come with me. I'm a Lone Ranger. I do it myself and I'll do it. You can trust me and I'll keep the sword. And she goes, well, no, the rule is that I have to go with you because I need to make sure that he's dead.
I need to be the final. Yeah.
Well, she doesn't even want to be the person who kills him necessarily.
Oh, yeah.
She's just like, I want to make sure. I want to see it with my eyes. I want the last thing he sees to be me or something like that.
Right.
And the dude just slaps her and is like, no, you insolent woman. You don't know any better. I'm going to do this. And that's who Supergirl ends up fighting in the comic.
Right.
And again, this is all stuff in the first 5 minutes of the movie and the comic, so don't worry about spoilers. But the nuance of we don't need a guy who's like, no, fuck you, I'm just going to take this sword. It can be, I'm going to help you, but I'm going to help you my way, and it's by not listening to you because you're just a stupid little woman. that can be enough. And it feels like too much to make it just every single person being as dumb, batshit awful as possible. So a lot of the nuance is gone. Also, this does feel like a movie that was made for James Gunn.
Right.
Like it feels like Walmart James Gunn.
It does.
Like it's like almost a James Gunn movie, but without his soul.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I don't know if that's like, I don't know the director's name.
Craig Gillespie.
Sure, could be.
Yeah.
I don't know if he pitched like a previs of a movie and said to the guys like, hey, make a James Gunn style movie so that he'll greenlight this. Or what?
He's fairly stylistic in his directing as well. He did I, Tonya. He did.
I haven't seen that.
There's a couple other things he did, but
I don't think he did Guardians of the Galaxy though.
No, he didn't do Guardians.
This feels
of the
like
Galaxy.
a Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
It does feel like a Guardians of the Galaxy.
But again, without heart.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I agree with you. I think as far as Ruthie is concerned, I also just never. It's not really a spoiler because it just has to do with her overarching story. I never get a really good sense of like her journey.
Yeah.
Like there is like the actual, she is the MacGuffin that sends us on this journey for Supergirl. But like it is supposed to be two people going, combating each other as they go through this journey because they want two different things.
Which
right?
creates more conflict.
But I never like, she's just like, if anyone will kill this person, I will give them this sword. And then Supergirl's like, fucking, I guess I'll do this.
All right, come on.
All right, let's go do this.
Just
and
begrudgingly like, all right, let's go.
Ruthie just kind of like tags along. She's just there. She's just kind of there the whole time.
Yeah.
And you never get a sense of like how this is changing her or what what her motivation is or anything other than to kill Krem because he killed her family. But like, she's just like, I want revenge. And that gets stated at the beginning of the movie. And then you don't really hear anything from her of substance for like the rest of the movie. Yeah. Until the end, which I won't get into what the end is, but until the very end.
I also would have liked, I feel like there's a lack of Gen Z music. Like this is a movie about a young person, and one of the biggest needle drops in this is the middle.
Yes.
And I was just like, okay, like, are we still catering these movies to us? Which is cool. Like, great, I guess. You're catering these to millennials, but...
you know what? Okay. I guess there's an argument to be made that Kara, however you want to say. Kara. Sorry, internet. Kara.
Yes.
Was found by Clark. And Clark would have introduced her to his music and then,
No, I don't care.
I'm just saying, like, whatever.
I don't care. This is a 23-year-old superhero.
Right.
And I just had this thought. Do you know the song? I think it's called Apt by Rosé.
No.
It's the apata, apata, apata,
oh, yeah.
apata, apata, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, doing a needle drop fight scene to that song would actually be pretty baller, I think.
It would be.
Like, watching her take out all those bandits on it. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a part where they're on like a ship and bad guys show up. Watching her take out a bunch of those people to that song, I think like stuff like that would be pretty cool. Olivia Rodrigo, Chappell Roan, Billie Eilish. Like, I think I'm starting to get kind of sick of our music in these movies.
I'm amazed that you named those people and know who.
I did Google them before. They're in my notes. I typed in.
There's no way he knows Chappell Roan and Olivia Rodrigo. No fucking way.
Hang on.
He has not heard 4 bars of Pink Pony Club.
I typed in. I love Pink Pony Club. I typed in Gen Z bangers into Google.
Yeah.
I know. I had to turn the filter on.
Yeah.
But I already knew all those singers. I know one song from Olivia Rodrigo. I cannot remember the name of it, but I had to learn it.
So you don't.
I would know it if I heard it. It's I actually know the chords better than I know. Like I can tell you the chords of the song because I had to learn it for teaching music at an event earlier this year. Chappell Roan, I know a couple songs. I know Pink Pony Club, although I did just recently hear it for the first time. Someone doing karaoke.
Yeah.
And there's another song by her that I know.
Sure.
And Billie Eilish. She does songs.
She does songs. You're right.
She did a James Bond.
She did do a James Bond.
Yeah.
She did do that.
I know things.
You do know things.
And the last note I have about things that I don't like about this is Supergirl needs to be a bad example, and she's just not. Like, that's the great thing about Supergirl and Woman of Tomorrow, is that she's a bad example. She's not a good person. I mean, she's fine, but she's deeply flawed. Right. Deeply. And I get a little concerned. Like, I agree with you. I am excited to see what they're going to do with Millie Alcock as Supergirl moving forward. With, you know, now she's, well, we'll see how she interacts with Superman and stuff like that. But I'm a little worried that we kind of have two Supermans.
I think that they still adhere to the core of that what she says in the movie, where she's like, he sees the good in people and I see the truth. And I think that's still true to her, without getting into what the end of the movie is. But I think that's still true for her. So I don't think you have two Supermans in that sense. Like, I think
the difference is so negligible.
But you're right. I think there's a subtle difference to them, but it might not. We'll see. Yeah. We'll have to see.
Like, there's a part in the comic, and this isn't really a spoiler. It's a very small nothing part, but there's a part in the comic where someone's like, "You're Supergirl." And like walks up to her out of nowhere, like some random alien. Yeah. And he's like, "You won't hurt me because I know you and Superman don't actually hurt people." You know, and I think she like literally kicks him so hard he just is immediately killed or knocked unconscious or something. And then she goes back to drinking her drink and she goes, "That's my cousin." Yeah.
Yeah. They do take that. And again, I'm trying not to do like in the book they do this, but they do take that element out of this movie where people know who she is.
Right, which is kind of weird.
She's not in the costume. And I think the only reason I don't like that is because, like you said, it adds an element of conflict to it.
It does.
Like, everywhere she goes in the book, people are like, "You're Supergirl." And one of two things happens. Either they go, I fought your cousin. And it's like a cop going to prison. Like, I fought your cousin and I want revenge and I'm going to take it out on you. Or just people being like, "You're Superman's cousin. I bet you I could kick your ass."
Well, and there's a lot of people who in the book are like, "Okay, hide everything. Like, we know who this person is and we're bad people. So, and we know this person's very strong. So just everybody scatter."
Yeah.
And then you have to, that's an additional conflict where she has to be like, "Fuck," you know, like there's a whole part in the books that isn't in the movie where they go to a town and it turns out that this town like massacred an entire, like they genocided an entire group of people.
The other race of there are two species on this planet.
And that can't be in this. Because what they do when they see her is just like, "Okay, hide everything, burn all the records." Right. Because they know who she is.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. That was an element that I'm like, if they had kept that in, it would have created more conflict for everything.
Yeah. So, all right, before we get into spoilers, do you recommend this movie?
Here's the thing. We've been critiquing this movie the whole time. It is still fun. The action in this is pretty decent. She's really good. I would say skip theaters but catch it on streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I would. I hesitantly say catch it in theaters.
Okay.
But I do agree with you. Like, I think like it's definitely at least worth seeing when it comes to
at some point,
whatever they come to.
I'm not saying like skip this entirely.
I'm like, I think for me it's this is going to be such a weird way to recommend this movie, but it's kind of a nothing movie that is visually beautiful.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
And so to me, I'm like,
it's worth seeing on the big screen.
It's really cool. There's a cool, we'll get into it in spoilers. There's a cool one shot near the end that is pretty cool to see in theaters. There's some beautiful stuff in space. Yeah. That I think is, if you're going to watch it anyway, eventually it might, if you're a fan, you know, it might be cool to see Supergirl on the big screen in outer space doing these cool things. Right. Yeah, it's like just above mediocre. And then it's also got great fight scenes, cool music, really good special effects. Right. So make that decision how you will. But yeah, we both, I think, recommend seeing this movie in some way. Just maybe, I think 50% of people would benefit better from waiting. I agree. Yeah. Okay. All right. You want to get into spoilers?
Yeah, let's get into spoilers.
All right. So the lack of nuance. In the comic, Krem just kills her dad. The bar patron says he will kill Krem for Ruthie, but also slaps her and won't, let her come with him like we talked about. Right. Her dog is fine in the book. Yeah. She just wants revenge. Right. Like, she just wants to kill this guy. It has nothing to do with, like, finding him to make sure that Crypto's okay. At the end, she reveals, I guess I should have put
He's been
spoilers.
fine for like months.
Yeah, I guess I should have said spoilers for the book too. But like, he's totally fine.
Yeah.
Also, one of the big changes is that Krem is just a regular guy in the book.
Yeah.
Like, he has no powers. He's just kind of an idiot who stumbles.
Just a dude.
Yeah. Which also adds to I almost called her Wonder Woman, Supergirl's character, because if she had been more focused and made sure he didn't get away in the first issue of the comic,
right,
then he's just a guy. Like, there's nothing stopping her from catching him,
right,
other than she gets distracted. And so it's kind of her own fault when he gets away at the beginning of the comic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also, they're slave trading a bunch of women in the movie.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah.
Again, and yeah, this goes to the nuance that I'm talking about, where I'm like, why do they have to be like family slaughtering, slave trading, like pedophiles, basically? Like, I assume all these, quote, women, they all look very young.
Yeah.
I think they're all like children. So I'm like, what? Why can't we just have like shitty people? Like, what happened to nuance? This feels like a Marvel movie in that way. Where, like, I remember my biggest critique about Marvel and DC is that Marvel is almost always a 7 or 8 out of 10. And DC is largely, like, in my opinion, you may disagree, but in my opinion, most of their stuff is like 3 out of 10. And then every now and then they give you like probably 10%, 20% of the time, they give you a fucking home run.
Right.
That's like a 10 out of 10 insane great story. And this feels like a Marvel. It feels like, okay, well, they're just like transporting young women to sell them into sex trade, and they killed this girl's family, and everybody's just mean to everybody. So they're all bad guys. Good guys, bad guys. Very easy.
Right. Black hat, white hat.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing that I wrote down for nuance is Krem is skulking. Oh, yeah. Krem is skulking around trying to murder a random woman and killing her parents. Like, this is the sort of thing that I'm talking about that I'm missing. It's like the nuance. I want nuance.
Right. Well, also, it's never really clear, like, and I guess maybe we don't need to know. He kills the family. He's like, do you have what I want? And they're like, yes, even though they don't. But it's never really clear, like, what is he? Like, if he is this giant pirate, slave trading, whatever, what the fuck is he doing with this one family in a house in the middle of nowhere planet? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's never really clear why this matters. Like, why is he even there in the first place? You know what I mean? Whereas in the comic, he's on that planet. Like, he's not spacebound. He's not a space pirate. He's just a guy on that planet who's a bad dude and comes around and is like, give me money or I won't kick your ass, basically. And they're like, no. And then he's like, okay, well, then I guess I am kicking your ass now. And he kills the dad.
Right.
And then it kind of pursues from there. But like, this guy is
it's sort of a domino effect that takes off where like one thing hits another thing, hits another thing. And then, but in this, he's such a big bad that I'm like, why does he even care about this family? What's he doing with this one family? I guess because this one guy is the greatest sword maker ever, but why does he want swords?
Yeah, what does he need? Yeah, at the end, he has kryptonite arrows, for Christ's sake.
Well, and also, like, they've got like machine guns and shit.
Right, I know, but that's what I mean. He's got like all this hardware. He's like, what do you need with this? Yeah. Like you said, she kills Krem at the end of this. Supergirl does. And it just, I don't know why, because it's not far off from the end of I forget what, did she?
I'll talk about it in a second. Okay. It is pretty different.
That's what I thought. Because it's been a while since I've read the end of the book, but I'm like, I don't think that's how that ends. But the reason I remember thinking it's different is because she kills him at the end, and it feels like it negates the whole journey that Supergirl has been on. Yeah. Like, her whole thing, Ruthie, the one theme of Ruthie, even though it feels like a flat line for her journey, is she wants revenge. And Supergirl keeps saying, like, you don't want revenge. You don't want to go down this road. If you kill him, you're going to, it doesn't work out. Like, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And Two things with that. One, she then kills him at the end, which then to me undoes everything that she had been telling Ruthie about. Because at no point was it, I'm going to do this so you don't have, like, it didn't feel like she was making a noble sacrifice.
Well, and that gets to like one of my first points, which is that I feel like if this had been a more weathered Supergirl,
right,
who's like, no, I just kill people now because like, and then she's like, cause have you seen the movie Leon, the Professional?
Yes.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
There's a large part throughout that film where Leon, who is an assassin, is telling this girl, like, once you kill somebody, your entire life changes.
Yes.
Like everything changes. And he's like, I know because I've done this 1,000 times.
Right.
If that's who we had as Supergirl, that would make more sense to me, but it's not really.
Right. And that's the other thing I was going to say is that she's like, Ruthie is like, I want revenge. And Supergirl is like, trust me, you don't want revenge. And she says that like she's done this before, but she hasn't. As far as we know, she hasn't.
It doesn't
done that.
feel like she has. She doesn't feel like a person who just murders as many bad guys as she can.
And I honestly think what would have benefited from this movie is that the entire section where this became a foreign film for a while.
Yeah.
And they were speaking Kryptonian and like you saw the origin of Supergirl, which by the way, also side tangent, we don't technically need. Like that can be explained really easily.
Yeah, it's also very fascinating that her uncle is like, go kill everyone on this other planet. Right. But her dad is like, go save everyone on this other planet.
Well, the other thing is that really what I was going to say from a storytelling aspect and the way, you know, again, to get into like the James Gunn of it all, James Gunn, who is in charge of this whole overarching thing, was like, we don't need to do an origin story for Superman. We all know who he is and da-da-da-da-da. So we jumped right into the middle of this universe.
Yeah.
If we're jumping into the middle of this universe, you don't need to do an origin story for this character either.
Yeah.
And I know that she's a lesser known character.
But we get it. She's Girl Superman.
We get it. She's Girl Superman. She came from Krypton. And you can explain a little, you know, you can, again, it's one of those things like I could write this on a Post-it note and explain her origin story.
Yeah, it really should have only been mentioned if it was necessary for the story. Like this, it would have been great to show that if she's about to kill Krem and then changes her mind because she remembers what her parents said to her before she left or whatever.
Yes. Well, the other thing I was going to say is that instead of it turning into a foreign film where they're speaking in Kryptonian the whole time and you get her origin story, if this had been about a time when she had just come to Earth and she was finding her way and she was becoming Supergirl and she killed a guy and Superman was like, no, we don't do that. That's not who we are. Then this whole thing, when she's like, trust me, you don't want revenge.
Right.
It comes from a personal place. Right. Yeah. And what she's saying is it comes from a personal place. It comes from a place of truth. Right. But this whole time she's like, you don't want revenge. You don't want that. You don't want that. Trust me. You don't want that. I'm like, why should I trust you? I don't know that you know what you're talking about. And then she kills a guy at the end. So I'm like, well, why do you get to do it? If she's not supposed to do it, why do you do it?
Also, so here's what happens in the comic, and all my notes, we barely started for my spoiler notes, but I have notes that are like in order of stuff that like I took notes while the movie was going on. So this is more towards the end, but what happens in the comic that is interesting is she's saying that to Ruthie the whole time, like, it changes you. You don't want to do this. You don't want to just kill somebody for revenge. It's something that's hard to live with. You know, you don't want to do it.
I just remember the end of the comic. Okay. I just remember the end.
And then at the very end, she's like, Ruthie she gets Supergirl away from her. Right. And then she goes to kill the guy.
Right.
And she tries in a bunch of different ways. She has him tied up and then she's like, why can't I kill this guy? And then she's like, I know. It's because he's tied up. I can't kill a harmless or whatever when he's tied up. So she lets him go, or she unties him. And then she still can't do it. And she's like, I know, it's because he doesn't have a weapon. So she puts the sword in the middle between them and then says, when I say go, we're both going to run towards this sword. And they both have an equal chance of getting the sword. Right. And they run towards it, and she kicks the shit out of him while he tries to get the sword. And then she picks up the sword and she is getting ready to kill him. And then she still can't do it. And she can't figure out why.
Right.
And it's because it's different. It's because Supergirl is right. And then eventually Supergirl shows up and she's like, hey, you remember what I said? You don't want to do this. You don't want to kill somebody for revenge. And then Supergirl's like, give me the sword. And she gives her the sword and Supergirl goes, you don't want to kill for revenge. but I do. And then turns, and it's Ruthie who convinces Supergirl not to kill him. She
Right.
talks her down.
Right.
But that only works with that Supergirl because it's a different, weathered, calloused, stoic Supergirl.
Yeah.
And this isn't. And I actually think the very end of the book works really well. I'll get to that at the end. But the very last page works really well for a post-credit scene, which, by the way, this movie doesn't have.
Nope.
Which I know you appreciated.
Yes, I do.
I want to say as well, the scene on the bus is pretty cool. It would have been cool to see the space dragon that's in the comics instead of space raiders, but whatever.
Sure.
I put here, why does she need a helmet? She doesn't breathe oxygen, right?
Who?
Supergirl. She's like putting on a spacesuit.
Wait, when?
And then
when is she putting on a spacesuit?
She's getting ready to go to the sun from the space bus.
Oh.
And then they hit the button and suck her out into space. And she's like, oh shit, before she can put the helmet on.
Oh, but she had been on a planet with a red sun, so she doesn't have powers at that point.
Yeah, but she still doesn't breathe, right?
No, they breathe.
Okay, I thought they didn't, and that's why Superman can just like live on the moon or whatever.
I don't know. Comics, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I put here Supergirl is just drunk in this because it's her birthday. I really want to see a depressed, uninterested drunk, but whatever. They really put out a casting post for a, quote, Bradley Cooper type, didn't they?
Yeah.
for her dad.
Yeah, really.
Which is funny because he looks like Bradley Cooper's brother.
Yeah.
I put here no Cooper cameo. It's too bad. But they did find a little girl that looks just like Millie Alcock.
Boy, did they ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I missed the Hammer story from the comics. For anyone who doesn't know, this is a minor spoiler although we did just spoil the complete ending of that
shit
comic.
Out of it. Yeah.
But when they're going over her origin story, when she's on Krypton and she doesn't have any powers, they have to like hammer spikes into the ground for something. I don't remember why, but and she like keeps getting blisters on her hands and she just keeps doing it anyway. Her hands are bleeding. And that's a really important story for her because Kara knows what it was like
suck it, internet.
to be just like everyone else with no powers and still give more than she has. Clark doesn't know what that's like.
Right.
That's what separates them.
Right.
Is that Clark has always had powers, or at least in his adult life.
Right.
And she hasn't. These are very new to her. She used to have to get by on her grit like everyone else.
Yeah.
So she gets it. And that's part of what makes her a hardened person. Yeah, I wrote here, there's a part where her dad says something about find your cousin, the conqueror of worlds, as your uncle calls him. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Right, yeah. They sent him here to fucking to get a harem.
And maim and rape and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot about that. I wrote here as well, Argo, fuck yourself. Just because I thought it was...
go fuck yourself.
Yeah. What is she breathing when she's screaming in space? It's a note that I had. There's a part where she goes up and screams in space.
And screams.
She's like breathing really hard.
Yeah.
In space.
She's recycling her own breath.
Yeah, maybe. I guess
circular breathing.
Oh, I missed the kryptonite planet monsters from the comic too. That would have been cool. There's like dinosaurs on that planet in the comic, and here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what happened to the kryptonite poisoning from the arrow?
It just goes away.
Cool.
She goes into the sun and it goes away.
Cool.
Doesn't that work out really well for her?
It does. I wish there was more to it than that.
Yeah.
I guess.
I will say that it's another thing that, like, as different as the different action beats are, as far as like setting and everything like that, the one thing is like, it is a lot of like, oh, I don't have my powers up to strength yet. Oh, but now I do. And now I can kick everyone's ass.
Yeah.
Oh, now everyone's running away because I kicked their asses. Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
And I better go chase them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. And also and this may be sort of to that point, the only way they can make an interesting story is by taking away her powers multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times.
Which kind of sucks. Like,
the
best super person stories, in my opinion, like All-Star Superman. You know, there's a great one in that book of him trying to protect Lex Luthor in jail, and he can't let people know that Clark Kent is Superman.
Right.
So he has to use his powers in a way that they stay hidden. So like there are cool, interesting ways around it, and just taking them away is kind of a lazy way out, I think.
It's actually, I'm going to do something crazy right now, and I'm going to defend part of the Snyderverse. Like, a lot of people hate the ending of Man of Steel where he kills Zod, but I actually liked it because it was about, if you remember, Zod is firing heat vision and he is inches away from killing a person, and Superman is holding his head.
Yeah, it's the trolley problem.
And the only reason he has to kill is because he's like, I have no out. I have no out right now.
Probably could have covered his eyes.
Could have covered his eyes. Could have done that. Could put some shades on him or something.
If you can snap his neck, you can probably point it in a different direction also.
Right, but that's what I mean. But like, it's one of those things where it wasn't based on like, oh, I've lost my powers and now I need to regain them. And
yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Whatever,
like,
fine.
There was some sort of thing to it that was more intellectual than just like what's going on here, which is, again, it's like 4 times of I've lost my powers and now I gain my powers and now I have the upper hand.
There's a decent one shot to a cover of The Middle.
Yeah.
By what's their faces?
Jimmy Eat World.
Jimmy Eat World. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wrote here, and she's back. Don't know what that means.
Okay.
Just a note that I have here.
She's back.
But she was. Yeah, she sure was.
She sure was. She was back with a vengeance.
Oh, that might have been about the kryptonite arrow. Like, she's back.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh yeah, we got to talk about Superman cameo. Pretty good. Yeah. I think he's in it too much, but it's fine. I'm glad he's in it.
I think it's fine. No, I think it's, you know what? I didn't mind it because I like the idea. Again, they're really leaning on like, no, this is going to be a cohesive universe. We're going to see people pop in and out and everything like that.
Yeah, for sure. I just think he's in it a lot. If they're trying to be like, she stands on her own, she's her own person. And then it's like, also, he's calling every 5 minutes. Also, he's there at the very end. She moves in with him.
I kind of like the idea of him being that annoying.
I agree. And frankly, if she had kept getting a call and not taking it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. But I just think he's in it a lot. But again, I don't mind that he's in it.
Yeah.
I just a little, maybe one fewer. I think he shows up like 4 times. Maybe 1 or 2 fewer.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's in at least 2 videos and then he's there at the very end. Oh, we see a cameo when she first came to Earth. Like, he's just in it a lot, you know?
Right.
And the end of one. So I think what would have made a great post-credit scene for this is the last page of the comic, which I'm about to spoil.
Yep.
They show that somebody kills the guy earlier.
Right.
Kills Krem. And then the narrator says, but that's not really what happened. And then it's like, you know, it shows a very, very old woman.
Yes.
And Supergirl shows up.
Yes.
And it's like, hey, Ruthie, how are you doing?
Right.
And she's like, you ready to check in on Krem? And she's like, yep, let's do it. And it turns out that Supergirl has put Krem in the
Phantom
what's that place?
Zone.
The Phantom Zone.
Yep.
And every 100 years, they bring him out and they, quote, interview him to see if he atones for what he's done.
Right.
And he comes out this time. It's been 300 years. He comes out. He's an ancient old man. And they ask, are you sorry for what you've done? And he begs on his knees, yes, please. I've been in there for 300 years. I'll do anything. I'll never hurt another soul. I've learned the error of my ways. Please,
right.
please, please. And Ruthie picks up her cane as an old woman and hits him on the head. And they send him back to the Phantom Zone. And I think that would have been baller if it had been like, that's what I want. This is what I wanted people to think. This is what I tell people. I tell people that Supergirl killed Krem.
Right.
But really, here's what happened.
Yeah.
You know, would have been a cool post-credit scene.
I think so, too. Yeah.
And that's all the notes I have on this.
Yeah. Again, this is fine.
It's fine.
It was perfectly fine.
I think it's better than fine.
Okay.
I think it is good.
Okay.
And that's the same review I gave Superman.
Yeah.
I think Superman is good.
Yeah.
I think this is too.
Yeah. I could get behind a good.
I think it's a little better than Superman, in my opinion.
I could give it a good. I don't know if I'll say it's better than Superman, but
yeah, you liked Superman more than I did.
I did. Yeah, I did. But yeah, I would say this is good. But I just wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted to be wowed by this.
Me too. And I kept thinking while I was watching it, like they handed you a good story.
Right.
Like it's already there. It's in pictures.
Right.
Like it's already there. All you have to do is make it a little more cinematic.
Yeah.
So it fits a movie better.
Yeah.
And I've never quite understood that with these movies, with superhero movies, where like I think of Iron Man 3, which is loosely based on Extremis. And it's like Extremis is famously one of the greatest Iron Man stories of all time. It still holds up. It's really good. It's about a kid from a guy who was a kid at Waco. And the government fucking killed his parents because Waco, the ATV, I think is whatever, the ATF, Whatever.
Tobacco,
alcohol,
and
tobacco, firearms. I think
firearms,
that
ATF. Yeah.
They like fucking ransacked that place and wrecked it and killed a bunch of people. And that was a real thing that happened in the United States for anyone listening.
Yep.
And this kid grows up and like makes himself an enhanced super person and tries to kill all the people responsible for that in the government. It's a really good story. And instead they made it this weird fucking thing with Iron Man 3. And this feels similar. It's like, what are you doing? The story's already there. Why are you changing?
Right.
Like, I feel like they were changing things to try to make them better, but I think the changes only were a detriment to the quality of the story.
Yeah, I agree.
You ready to move on to the reading assignment?
Let's do the reading assignment.
Chris?
Yes?
Finally, we get a comic about me. I'm a local man, and everybody in my hometown hates me too. This week's reading assignment tells the story of Jack Zaver, a washed-up, hotshot ex-hero who got kicked out of Walmart brand Justice League only to move back in with his parents. Millennials, am I right? What did you think of Local Man by Tony Fleecs and Tim Seeley?
I really had a lot of fun with this, actually. I really enjoyed this. Just to give you, like, you kind of gave it a little bit of what the plot is about, but I feel like I need to talk a little bit more.
Flesh it out a little bit. Because it plays into like the structure of this, which is something that I really enjoyed about this comic. And so basically, like, this is a guy who was a superhero in, say, like the 90s to early 2000s, right? And they actually were part of, this is not real, this is inserted for the Local Man storyline, but they are part of the old Image, the world of Image Comics. So if anyone remembers like Wildcats or anything like that, this is in that That was
universe.
a wild name drop in this.
Right.
There's a part near the end where they mentioned Wildcats, and I was like, is this a real thing? And I looked it up.
Well, Wildcats is real, but I had to look up, like, wait, is third gen real? Like, because they even reference, like, in Wildcats 1 through 3.
I know. I thought they made that up. I was like, I'm going to look this up and it's going to be a fake thing.
No, it's a real thing.
And then I looked it up and I was like, oh shit.
No, it's a real thing. And so I had to be like, wait, was third gen real? Is this guy real?
Right. Yeah.
But so basically this guy was part of like a superhero group like that in the late 90s, early 2000s. Really the best time for comics.
Certainly had the most pockets.
Yeah.
All the characters had so many pockets and so many guns.
And so many guns.
And very little clothing.
Mm-hmm. Pockets, but no pants.
Yeah. Just pockets.
Just pockets everywhere. No pants.
Sewn onto their body.
Yes. And then he becomes washed up for reasons you find out throughout this series. And he moves back to his hometown. And then his old arch nemesis gets murdered. And he has to figure out the mystery of it all.
Is it Ohio? Is that where he lives?
Wisconsin, I believe.
Wisconsin, that's right. I remember seeing Midwestern slang. So what do they? There's something they keep saying, and I was like, "This is somewhere in that region." And it was like, yeah,
sure.
one state away from where I was raised. It was like, and so, or something like that. They end every sentence like, and so.
Yeah. This is really a lot of fun. This is really, really good. I love that it plays with, again, the structure of like the comics. And so you get one art style for your main storyline. And then at the end of each issue, you get a flashback issue, which is done really, really well in the style of Jim Lee and the old Image comics. And it's like, it's almost, and I know you hate this reference probably, but it's like the Watchmen. It's like Watchmen in that it plays with like a structure of what it is to be a comic. And it does something that only in this medium you could really do effectively, I think. Yeah, this is really good. I really enjoyed this. What did you think of this, by the way?
Not even, maybe like 2 issues into this, I was like, oh, Chris is going to love this. It hits all the points of things that you like.
It really does.
I love it. So many pockets.
So many pockets.
Nearly naked women.
Naked women with pockets.
Yeah,
that's
but really,
like
my
go-to.
Things like, and I don't know if you even know this about yourself, but like religious themes. I know that's something that you find interest in a lot of time, like Western religion themes in media, and especially with like superhero stuff. I like interesting, like it's a whodunit.
Yes.
It's a mystery. It utilizes the powers of the people in interesting and unique ways. Like we were just talking about Supergirl, it doesn't take anyone's powers away.
No.
It really is like finding interesting ways to put obstacles in the way of people with superpowers.
Yeah.
I loved this. Yeah, I had a great time with this.
Yeah, this was good.
I read it and I had not read it before this.
Right.
But after I saw when we talked about Uncanny Valley.
Yes.
And it was written by Tony Fleecs, and I was doing research on him to see what else has he done. And one of them was this book called Local Man. Right. And I was like, I've heard this is really good. I've been toying with doing it as a reading assignment for a while. I want to read this and do this as the reading assignment, and I'm glad I did. Tony Fleecs, great writer.
Yeah.
This and Uncanny Valley are both so good.
By the way, follow up for Uncanny Valley, because we were talking about like how great it is, and maybe we would keep going with this if it's done. It's 10 issues. We read 1 through 6.
It's 2 volumes, right?
Yeah, we read 1 through 6. You could read like 7, 8, 9,
there's
10
only
and be
4 left.
That's it. You could finish it.
So it's a very short second volume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Liked it a lot. Interesting characters. Really great mystery.
Yeah.
Tells a story in like you said, a really unique way. The thing I don't like about Watchmen, to get you off my nuts, is that Alan Moore.
Don't talk to me. Talk to the internet, man. Okay?
Alan Moore has said that he wanted to write a story that was painful to read.
Right.
And he fucking did.
Yeah.
Congratulations, asshat. I don't like it because it sucks. He's like, I wanted to write something that's shitty.
Yeah.
You did. You wrote a shitty book. Congrats. And everyone's like, oh, it's supposed to be shitty. It's supposed to be bad. Yeah, well, it's bad.
I don't think it's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to
So all of them can get off my nuts too.
It's supposed to wear you down.
It sure fucking does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I like that element. I like the idea of like one of the things that is such a fucking slog for me with Watchmen is it's like, well, what if superheroes were real? And it's like, no, you're doing another, and granted, this is one of the first ones to do it, but you're doing another version of like, what if superheroes were real? And also everyone on the entire planet was an awful person.
Right.
And this is more like, what if superheroes were real?
Yeah.
And it's a really interesting, there's like basically there isn't literally one, so this isn't a spoiler, but it feels like there could be an HR department.
Right. Someone is holding something accountable.
Where they're like, thanks for joining us. Your severance package is, exactly. You can talk to people about unemployment later. He basically signs an NDA that he's not allowed to help anyone ever.
Yes. And there's a drone that follows him around.
Yeah. To make sure that he's not being a super person, right. This feels more like what Watchmen was trying to do.
Yes.
Which I appreciate. And it's also it doesn't fucking wear you down. It's not difficult to read. It's actually kind of enjoyable to read while you're also trying to figure out this mystery with the main character.
Yeah.
So I really like it. I don't know. I haven't looked up if there's any more. I suspect there is.
There is. There's more because it ends on kind of
Alan Moore.
Yeah. Nice. It ends on kind of a cliffhanger, not a cliffhanger, but it ends it's open-ended. I looked into it. It does continue for another 3 volumes, I think.
Great.
So I think it goes up to issue 25 or something.
Yeah.
And then it's done now. So you could finish it if you wanted to keep going with it.
Just like Uncanny Valley.
Just like Uncanny Valley, man. But yeah, I can't really say anything bad about this. I definitely give it a recommend.
Same. It's a big recommend for me
as well. All right. What is your reading assignment?
What are you asking me for? I'm asking you who's on first.
I'm asking myself that. Let's do, you know what? Let me pull something from my little ass.
My cute little ass.
My cute little ass. All right, here's what I've had
to say. We could do Uncanny Valley. Yeah. Then we could finish it.
Oh, tempting.
Yeah.
Why don't I do this? There's one called that I found a while ago called Gideon Falls. So let's do that. I think I got this off a list of Eisner nominees or something like that. So I think that's where I'm getting that from. But let's do Gideon Falls.
Does he?
And we'll find out if he does or not.
Yeah, it's just one page. The whole book is one. It's just
and
a guy.
Says he does.
Yeah, it's an old man falling over and calling 911.
Yep. And then that's the end of the book. And they don't even tell if he got up again. They don't tell if he survived.
Damn. No spoilers.
No spoilers. None. All right. Should we get out of here?
Yeah, we should probably get out of here.
All right. Hey, Andrew.
Oh, what?
Hey, Andrew.
What?
Hey, Andrew.
What?
Where can they find us?
Oh, they can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, SoundCloud.com/The Media Lunch Break. You can also find us at The Media Lunch Break on Blue Sky, Instagram, or TikTok. We're at YouTube, youtube.com/The Media Lunch Break. We have merch on Spring. Head over to our Blue Sky at The Media Lunch Break to check that out. We're also on Patreon. If you want to get some full, unedited videos of every single episode, head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/The Media Lunch Break. You can also send us an email at themedialunchbreak@gmail.com or visit our website, www.themedialunchbreak.com. That's what I was trying to remember. I was like, what was the joke we just made about something dirty? And I was like, oh yeah, if you want to see Chris's cute little butt, head over to patreon.com/The Media Lunch Break. You can also give us a rating and a reviewing on iTunes, SoundCloud, or YouTube. And last but not least, special thank you to Julie.
Thanks, Julie.
I don't want to make a joke about her cute little butt.
No, don't.
She's a Supergirl.
That's all you can think of now. That's all you can think of now.
It is. It sure is.
It really is. You can leave a rating and a review, and you can leave it right in app. It really does help people find the podcast. Podcast. I feel like I said that word weird.
It's a hard word to say after 10 years.
I know, right?
Of saying it every week.
It really helps people find the podcast, so be sure to do that in your app of choice. And as always, if you leave that 5-star rating, you can leave whatever review you want in the review box. This week, if you leave a 5-star rating, just... I don't know. Tell me I have a cute little ass. Thanks. This has been Supergirl and Local Man.
Yeah.
And the two get along really well.
They sure do.
Next week is going to be the best damn day of the week, the Tuesday News Day.
Oh, the Tuesday News Day, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, it's Gideon Falls and something else.
Something else.
That we have not figured out yet, and we're not going to figure out now. No. But here's the thing. If you're listening to this and you're like, you know what you should do in 2 weeks? I got an idea for you. Send it over to us.
It's my cute little ass.
It's my cute little ass. Send it over. All right? Send it over. That cute little...
Send it over, man.
We're going to get so many pics.
I got DMs.
Yeah, man. Slide right into them. All right? If you're like, listen, don't do Gideon Falls. I got a reading assignment for you.
Yeah.
Send it over to us. All right? We love... if you're a creator, you wrote a comic, you shot a pilot, you made a film, you want us to put eyes on it, ears on it, you want us to talk about it on the mic, send it over to us. We'll talk about it on the mic. Hell, we'll put you on the mic. You can talk about your own damn
your own dumb self.
Your own dumb goddamn
cute
self.
Cute little ass.
You and your cute little ass. Other than that, that's it. Look at that. There wasn't a thing. Now, boom, there's a thing. So if you listen to this, go out and make a thing.
Go make a thing.
Recommend don't make it while they're firing off explosives outside.
Probably not.
Maybe avoid that. But you know what? Live your life. I don't know what you're doing. Okay? But that's it. I'm done. I'm finished. So are the fireworks. So it's time to get out of here. The fireworks have ended, which only means one thing. The looting has begun.
It's pretty good. I was going to say, go out there and put a firework in your cute little ass.
Ooh, just fire off a rocket.
Yeah. Jason Momoa has a cute little ass. Instead of Local Man, they should call it Lobo Man. And
then have Jason Momoa?
Nope. Have it have nothing to do with Lobo.
Oh, okay, cool.
Keep the comic as is.
Crazy.
Ass is.